Never a dull moment. I'll keep talking so there's some.
Yeah, keep going. I'll let you know in a second.
All right. So what we're going to do today is quickly do the White Tara Sadhana as always. We're going to do crown ornament for the wise. And then, if you wish, you could stick around for the recitation of the 10th chapter of the Bodhisattva's Way of Life for the purpose of the good rebirth of Geshe Dadal Namgyal, who has passed away in the out in the West in the Spokane area. Very
you
sad.
Good, Tony. I'm going to hang up, okay?
Okay, good night. We're good?
Yeah, you good.
Adios. So we'll start. Sorry for the delay. Every time there's something positive, there's always an obstacle. Well, we overcame them. So what? Yeah. All the prayers we say, including this White Tara Sadhana and the next one, are on the Tibet Center website. In the FAQ section, scroll down to prayers. Any problems, any more problems, let me know right away with the transmission or the picture. Thank you. In the space in front of myself appears a 4-petaled white lotus flower. In its center sits White Tara, an emanation of my root guru, who initiated me into White Tara. The center front petal represents all the gurus, the left, all the Buddhas, the right, the Sangha, and the back, the Dharma in the form of books. I and all beings, limitless as the sky, from this day until enlightenment, take refuge in the glorious holy gurus, in the perfect Buddhas, in the sacred Dharma, in the exalted Sangha, and in the assembly of deities surrounding noble White Tara, the wish-fulfilling wheel. I and all beings, limitless as the sky, from this day until enlightenment, take refuge in the glorious holy gurus, in the perfect Buddhas, in the sacred Dharma, in the exalted Sangha, and in the assembly of deities surrounding noble White Tara, the wish-fulfilling wheel. I and all beings, limitless as the sky, from this day until enlightenment, take refuge in the glorious holy gurus, in the perfect Buddhas, in the sacred Dharma, in the exalted Sangha, and in the assembly of deities surrounding noble White Tara, the wish-fulfilling wheel. I prostrate and take refuge in the Guru and the three jewels. I pray for your blessing. In order to attain the state of Buddhahood for the benefit of beings, I undertake the meditation and recitation of noble White Tara, the wish-fulfilling wheel. I prostrate and take refuge in the Guru and the three jewels. I pray for your blessing. In order to attain the state of Buddhahood for the benefit of beings, I undertake the meditation and recitation of noble White Tara, the wish-fulfilling wheel. I prostrate and take refuge in the Guru and the three jewels. I pray for your blessing. In order to attain the state of Buddhahood for the benefit of beings, I undertake the meditation and recitation of noble White Tara, the wish-fulfilling wheel. Now dissolve the objects of refuge into White Tara, or self-dissolves as white light into your central channel, becoming of one taste, and you yourself arise as White Tara, adorned with the three letters Om, Ah, Hum, and inside the Hum is Tam. Om Vajramrita Kandali Hanhana Hum Fet. Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarvadhamma Swabhava Shuddha Ham. Everything becomes emptiness. From within emptiness arises Om, from which arises a spacious and vast formed of gems. Within the vessel, the Om melts into light and becomes celestial substances, drinking water, bathing water, flowers, incense, light, perfumed water, food and music, luminous and obstructed, vast as the sky. Tam at my heart sends out terrifying deities to purify the offerings from the demons of attachment to self-existence of the offerings, misconception and wrong view. And having dispelled the demons, the deities reabsorb back into my heart. Om Agam Ahum, Om Padim Ahum, Om Pushpe Ahum, Om Dupe Ahum, Om Aloke Ahum, Om Gande Ahum, Om Navidya Ahum, Om Shabda Ahum. In an instant, I reappear as a luminous white noble one. From the Tam in my heart, lights radiate, invoking Tara, the wish-fulfilling wheel, from the Potala, and also invoking multitudes of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. They appear in the sky before me. The lights then dissolve back into my heart. With the crown of their heads, Devas and Asuras bow to touch your lotus feet. To she who saves from all misfortune, To the liberating mother, I prostrate and give praise. Om Ariatare Sapade Wade Agam Pratichum Soha. Om Ariatare Sapade Wade Padyam Pratichum Soha. Om Ariatare Sapade Wade Pushpe Pratichum Soha. Om Ariatare Sapade Wade Dupe Pratichum Soha. Om Ariatare Sapade Wade Aloke Pratichum Soha. Om Ariatare Sapade Wade Gande Pratichum Soha. Om Ariatare Sapade Wade Navidya Pratichum Soha. Om Ariatare Sapade Wade Shabda Pratichum Soha. I take refuge in the three precious jewels. I confess all negative deeds. I rejoice in the merit of all beings. I maintain the enlightened attitude. Until enlightenment, I take refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and the exalted Sangha. In order to accomplish benefit for myself and all others, I generate the enlightened mind. And having generated this enlightened attitude, I invite all beings to enjoy the supreme bliss. In order to benefit beings, may I attain enlightenment. I take refuge in the three precious jewels. I confess all negative deeds. I rejoice in the merit of all beings. I maintain the enlightened attitude. Until enlightenment, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the exalted Sangha. In order to accomplish benefit for myself and all others, I generate the enlightened mind. And having generated this enlightened attitude, I invite all beings to enjoy the supreme bliss. In order to benefit beings, may I attain enlightenment. I take refuge in the three precious jewels. I confess all negative deeds. I rejoice in the merit of all beings. I maintain the enlightened attitude. Until enlightenment, I take refuge in the Buddha, the Dharma, and the exalted Sangha. In order to accomplish benefit for myself and all others, I generate the enlightened mind. And having generated this enlightened attitude, I invite all beings to enjoy the supreme bliss. In order to benefit beings, may I attain enlightenment. May all beings have happiness in the cause of happiness. May all beings be free of suffering in the cause of suffering. May all beings never be parted from supreme happiness, which is beyond suffering. May all beings remain in great equanimity, which is beyond attachment and aversion. May all beings have happiness in the cause of happiness. May all beings be free of suffering in the cause of suffering. May all beings never be parted from supreme happiness, which is beyond suffering. May all beings remain in great equanimity, which is beyond attachment and aversion. May all beings have happiness in the cause of happiness. May all beings be free of suffering and the cause of suffering. May all beings never be parted from supreme happiness, which is beyond suffering. May all beings remain in great equanimity, which is beyond attachment and aversion. Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarvadharma, Swabhava Shuddha Ham. Everything becomes empty. At this point, the meditation on emptiness of oneself, of the yidam, of the mere nomination of skandhas and elements, and so forth, for a brief moment. From within emptiness appears Pam, which becomes a white lotus, and Ah, which becomes a moon disk. On this is my mind in the form of a white Tam, radiating lights which accomplish the two benefits. On top of the lights are offering goddesses, bringing offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and returning, bringing the blessings and knowledge of them back. On the bottom, the lights are taras, transforming all beings into the state of Tara, and all those taras return. The lights and taras return, completely transforming me into the noble, wish-fulfilling wheel. My body is white. I have one face and two hands. My right hand is in the mudra of excellent generosity. At the level of my heart, the first and fourth fingers of my left hand holds the stem of an utpala flower, which has 3 stalks. The center stalk is blossoming, the right has fruit, and the left is closed. These 3 represent the Buddhas of the 3 times. I am adorned with jewels, and I am wearing various silk garments. At my back is a moon disk, and my feet rest in the Vajra position. At my forehead is a white Om. At my throat a red ah, and at my heart a blue hum. Upon a moon disk in my heart is a white tom. It radiates lights and invokes from the Potala in the south the noble wish-fulfilling wheel surrounded by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Ja Hum Bam Ho. Again from my heart, the light of the seed syllable radiates and invites the empowering deities. I request you to bestow on me your empowerment. Upon this supplication, the deities hold a vase filled with the nectar of wisdom. Om Sarvatathagata Abhashakata Samaya Shri Yahum. They bestow empowerment with nectar, filling my body and purifying all stains. The excess overflows at my crown and transforms into Amatayas Buddha. Om Vajramrita Kundali Hana Hana Hum Fat. Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarvatama Swabhava Shuddha Ham. Everything becomes empty. From within emptiness arises Om, from which arises a spacious and vast storm vessel formed of gems. Within the vessel, the Om melts into light and becomes celestial substances, drinking water, bathing water, flowers, incense, light, perfumed water, food and music, luminous and unobstructed, vast as the sky. Om Agama Hum, Om Padyama Hum, Om Pushpeya Hum, Om Dupeya Hum, Om Alokeya Hum, Om Gandeya Hum, Om Navidya Ahum, Om Shabda Ahum. Om Aryatare Sapade Wade Agam Pratichum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapade Wade Padyam Pratichum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapade Wade Pushpe Pratichum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapade Wade Dupe Pratichum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapade Wade Aloke Pratichum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapade Wade Gande Pratichum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapade Wade Navidya Pratichum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapade Wade Shabda Pratichum Soha. Tare liberates from samsara. Tutare frees from the 8 fears. Ture protects from all sickness. Praise and prostration to the liberating one. The excellencies of kindness and knowledge of infinite Buddhas appear in the form of the beautiful goddess, the one who bestows long life and supreme city to galaxies of beings. I praise the supreme white goddess who holds the Apollo flower. I have appeared as noble white Tara. In my heart center appears a white wheel with 8 spokes, a hub, and 3 rims. In the center, on top of a moon disk, is my mind in the form of the white syllable Tam, surrounded by Om and Ha, and the long life mantra, Om Tare Tutare Turi Mama Aya Punyajana Pustam Kuru Soha. Further out on the 8 spokes are the 6 wisdom syllables, Tare, Tutare, Ture Soha. On the inner rim of the vowels circling counterclockwise, on the middle rim of the consonants circling clockwise, on the outer rim of the mantra of interdependent origination arranged clockwise. Vowels, consonant, mantra we say silently. Om Yidame. Multifaceted lights, the nature of nectar, radiate from the seed syllable and all the letters. The letters themselves are translucent lights. On the crown of my head sits the head of Tara's lineage family, the Buddha Amatayas. His body is red with 1 face and 2 arms. He is holding a vase filled with the nectar of immortality. The vase rests in his 2 hands, which are in the mudra of samadhi. He is wearing silks and is adorned with jeweled ornaments. He is seated in full Vajra posture, and at his heart center is the red syllable Ri. From the Ri of Amataya's heart, lights are emitted. Dark blue lights go out and bring back purified element of space, which fills Amatayas' vase, overflows and descends, filling my body and making all channels proper. All diseases connected with space are eliminated. Green lights go out and bring back the essence of wind energy, and the purified wind energy fills the vase, overflows, and fills my body. All faulty winds are made proper, and all diseases connected to them are eliminated. Red lights go out and bring back the essence of fire, which fills the vase, overflows, and fills my body. My body temperature regulates as needed. All diseases connected with the fire element are eliminated. Milk white lights go out and bring back the essence of water, which fills the vase, overflows, and fills my body, which becomes moist and full. All diseases connected to the water element are eliminated. Yellow lights go out and bring back the purified element of earth, which fills the vase, overflows, and fills my body, and all solid elements become proper. All diseases of the earth element are eliminated, and I've received the city of long life, and my body is filled with bliss. Now, from the red lights in the form of hope radiate in the 10 directions. My life force, which has been taken away, stolen, dispersed, and lost due to human and non-human forces, the essence of the 5 elements, the lifespan and merit of all beings, the glory and splendor of the 3 realms, all favorable circumstances and riches of the world, the blessings of the body, speech, and mind of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, all these come back in the form of multicolored lights and nectars and dissolve into the vase held by Amitayas. White nectar enters through the crown of my head and descends, melting into the wheel, the mantra circle, and the syllable at my heart center. It then continues to descend, filling my body, cleansing completely, purifying all the obscurations, sicknesses, negative influences, and obstacles along life which I have accumulated. My lifespan merit, degenerated vows and promises are restored, and I attain the city of immortality 7 times. Om Tare Tutare Turi Mama Aya Punyajana Pushtam Kuru Soha. Om Tare Tutare Turi Mama Aya Punyajana Pushtam Kuru Soha. Om Tare Tutare Turi Mama Aya Punyajana Pushtam Kuru Soha. Om Tare Tutare Turi Mama Aya Punyajana Pushtam Kuru Soha. Om Tare Tutare Turi Mama Aya Punyajana Pushtam Kuru Soha. Om Tare Tutare Turi Mama Aya Punyajana Pushtam Kuru Soha. Om Tare Tutare Turi Mama Aya Punyajana Pushtam Kuru Soha. I am surrounded by a white wheel made of indestructible metal, similar to a cone. The tips of its 10 spokes in the cardinal, intermediate, upper, and lower directions are very sharp. Turning clockwise, they cut all negative forces. Sparks burn away all obstacles and negative influences, which ignite like the burning wings of a bird. From the circle mantra in my heart center, white lights radiate, filling my body and alleviating illnesses, pacifying negative influences, negative deeds, obscurations, and obstacles along life. The lights leave through the pores of my skin. A white dome surrounds my body, and I am aware of accomplishing all activities of pacification. Again, from the circle mantra in my heart center, yellow lights radiate, filling my body, increasing my merit, long life, and the wisdom gained from hearing, contemplation, and meditation. The lights leave through the pores of my skin. A yellow dome envelops the white dome, and I am aware of accomplishing all activities of increase. Again, from the circle mantra in my heart center, red lights radiate, bestowing the ability to influence the 3 spheres. The lights leave through the pores of my skin. The red dome envelops the yellow dome, and I am aware of accomplishing all activities of empowerment. Again, from the circle mantra in my heart center, deep blue lights radiate, bestowing the ability of the wrathful actions and the ability to cut dualism and ignorance. The lights leave through the pores of my skin, and I am aware of accomplishing all activities of subjugation. The blue dome envelops the red dome. Again, from the circle mantra in my heart center, green lights radiate, bestowing the ability to accomplish all goals. The lights leave through the pores of my skin. The green dome envelops the blue dome, and I am aware of accomplishing all activities. Again, from the circle mantra in my heart center, purple lights radiate, stabilizing all cities and activities. The lights leave through the pores of my skin, enveloping the green dome, and I am aware of all cities and activities being stabilized. The 6 domes have a spherical egg-like shape. They are so solid that they cannot be penetrated, even by the winds at the end of an eon. The empty spaces between the domes are filled with newly blossomed, tender blue lotus flowers, which sparkle with dewdrops. When you recite the mantra, do all of the above visualizations as well as the following ones Imagine a white Tara in front of yourself. Then, with each mantra, a duplicate Tara leaves that Tara, comes to your crown, and dissolves into your central channel. Or meditate on the emptiness of all the visualized light stones, etc., of oneself as Tara, and so forth. Please help me to develop my wisdom, my longevity, and my merit. This is the meaning of the mantra Om Tare Tutare Turi So. We do 1,000.
Om Tare Tari Soha. Om Pamasava Samaya Manapalaya Pamasavdhanopatish Dudrudama Baba Surishuma Baba Supashuma Baba Naraktame Baba Sava Siddhi Me Prayacha Sava Kama Sukha Me Chiram Sriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sava Tathagata Padma Mame Mocha Padma Baba Mas Maya Safa Fat Om Pamasava Samaya Manapalaya Pamasavdhanopatish Dudrudama Baba Surishuma Baba Supashuma Baba Naraktame Baba Sarva Siddhi Me Prayacha Sova Koma Sukha Me Chiram Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Padma Mame Mocha Padma Baba Mas Maya Safa Om Fat Om Padma Safa Samaya Manopalaya Padma Safa Dhanopatish Dejurame Baba Sudashuma Baba Supashuma Baba Narakame Baba Sarva Siddhi Me Prayacha Sova Koma Sukha Me Chiram Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Tathagata Padma Mame Mocha Padma Baba Mas Maya Safa Om Fat Om Ariatare Sapari Wadi Agam Padyam Pushpe Dupe Aloke Gande Navidya Shabda Pratichum Soha. Tare liberates from samsara. Tutare frees from the 8 fears. Ture protects from all sickness. Praise and prostration to the liberating one. The activities of kindness and knowledge of infinite Buddhas appear in the form of the beautiful goddess, she who bestows long life and supreme siddhi to galaxies of beings. I praise the supreme white goddess who holds a pala flower. Turn to page 8. Incidentally, I moved aside so you could see over my left shoulder. That's the stupa of Rato Chungla Rinpoche with his reliquary, with his relics in it. So he's came back and actually has a material presence here as well as the spiritual presence that never left here. So we're fortunate. Page 8. Om Vajramrita Kundali Hana Hana Hum Fat. Om Swabhava Shuddha Sarvadharma Swabhava Shuddha Ham. Everything becomes empty. From within emptiness arises Om, from which arises a spacious and vast torma vessel formed of gems. Within the vessels, the Om melts into light, which transforms the torma into a vast ocean of inexhaustible wisdom. Om Ahum, Om Ahum, Om Ahum. From the Tam in my heart center, lights radiate and invoke Tara, surrounded by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. With their straw-like tongues, they partake of the essence of the Torma. Om Aryatare Sapariwadi Ram Balimta Kaka Kai Kai. Om Aryatare Sapariwadi Ram Balimta Kaka Kai Kai. Om Aryatare Sapariwadi Ram Balimta Kaka Kai Kai. Om Aryatare Sapariwadi Yidam 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 Balimta Kaka Kai Kai. Om Aryatare Sapariwadi Argam Pratichum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapariwadi Padyam Pratichum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapariwadi Pushpe Pratichahum Soha.
Om Aryatare Sapade Wade Dupe Pratichum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapade Wade Aloke Pratichum Soha. Om Aryatare Sapade Wade Gande Pratichum Soha. Om Vidya Pratichum Soha, excuse me. Om Aryatare Sapade Wade Shabda Pratichum Soha. The acts of kindness and knowledge of infinite Buddhas appear in the form of the beautiful goddess, she who bestows long life and supreme city to galaxies of beings. I praise the supreme white goddess who holds the Utpala flower. Victorious noble Tara, please grant me and all beings the blessings which purify all obstacles to long life. Please grant the city of immortality. Om Pava Samaya Manupalaya. Pava Safatano Patishta Judame Baba. Surashuma Baba, Subishuma Baba Narakame Baba. Sova City Me Prayacha, Sova Kama Sukha Me. Chiram Triyam Kuru Hum. Ha 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 ho Bhagavan. Sova Tatagata. Padma Mame Mancha. Padma Baba Masamaya Saka Aum Fat. Whatever mistakes I may have unknowingly committed by not being able to make the proper offerings and so forth, whatever misdeeds I may have done during this session, may you kindly forgive me. Please remain here together with these representations as long as samsara exists, and also grant health, long life, wealth in all the cities. Om Supratishta Vajra Ye Soha. The jhana sattvas return to their abode, and the samaya sattvas dissolve into oneself. From the syllable in my heart, rays of light emanate, causing the surroundings to melt into light, which absorbs into the protection wheel, which absorbs into the purple dome. Starting from the outside, the six domes dissolve into one another and then into me. I dissolve into the wheel at my heart center. This wheel dissolves into the circle mantra, which dissolves into the tam. The tam disappears gradually into emptiness. From within emptiness, I reappear as Tara. At my forehead is an Om, at my throat is an Ah, and at my heart is a Hum. By this virtue may I swiftly accomplish white Tara. May all beings without exception be established at her level. When signs of untimely death appear, may Tara, the wish-fulfilling wheel, appear clearly and prevent my death. As a result of merits obtained from the recitation and meditation on Tara, may all obstacles, interferences, and negative influences be pacified. May immortality be experienced. Just to see, hear, and remember you eliminates all the signs of untimely death. Through all my successive lives, may I be protected by noble Tara and practice the sacred Dharma. The second component of our presentation and the prayer that we'll recite now is on the website, Crown Ornament for the Wise. Praise of green Tara, who's the root of all the Taras, of which white Tara emanates. To Avalokiteshvara I bow down. Homage to exalted Tara, at whose lotus feet Vishnu, Brahma, Ivriyapati, Ganesh, Ishvarya, Shurya, and the other crown ornaments amongst the many gods most reverently offer worship. By the magical power of Avalokiteshvara's compassion, the knowledge, mercy, and strength of Buddhas past, present, and future, manifest in the form of the beautiful goddess of action, at the feet of Tara, who protects from poverty, I bow down. Upon a pure lotus and moon symbolizing knowledge and voidness, sits the emerald goddess having one face and two arms. Homage to she bounding with youth, whose right leg outstretched and left withdrawn symbolize wisdom and method conjoined. Her bulging breasts are a treasure of non-samsaric bliss. Her moon-like face smiles brightly, and her wide, compassionate eyes gaze in serenity. Homage to the beautiful one of the rosewood forest. Homage to she whose delicate right hand, like a turquoise tree spreading its branches, stretches into the mudra of supreme generosity, as though inviting sages to a festival of supreme city. Homage to she whose left hand is in the mudra bestowing refuge, which, symbolizing the three jewels, seems to call out, O you who see 100 terrors, fear not, for I will quickly protect you. Homage to she with hands adorned with blue lotus flowers that act as an inspiring whip, as though saying, be not attracted to samsaric pleasures, but enter into this city of great liberation. Homage to she who can conquer the Lord of Death. For by Buddha Amitabha, he radiant as a ruby is she crowned. His hands in the meditative posture bear a bowl of ambrosia to bestow the city of immortality. Homage to she adorned with ornaments that embody each and every beauty of celestial wish-fulfilling gems made by the craftsman, merit and wisdom. Like an emerald mountain clothed in rainbows, the upper part of her body is draped in celestial silks, and a panchalika skirt hugs her thin, supple waist. To her I bow down. On homage to the goddess at her right side, Marichi, peaceful in countenance and emanating lights the color of the sun. And also to the goddess at her left, Ekajati, wrathful, lustful, radiant, and the color of the sky. Homage to she whose skies are filled with myriads of goddesses skilled in dance and the 6 types of song, who hold up countless offerings such as white umbrellas, peacock fans, stringed instruments, and flutes. The consorts of Vishnu, Indra, and Ishvara, and thousands of other enchanting immortal goddesses must compete in beauty merely with your servants. To the form of the exquisite goddess I bow down. From the vast billowing cloud of your compassion resounds the thunder of teaching sweet to hear, seizing disciples in a rain of 8 branches. To she wise and raining teachings I bow down. Ocean-like treasure of qualities who sees you all things, who can describe you as you really are? For your unimpeded mind possesses 10 powers. To she, gone to the end of knowledge, I bow down. Although having found peace, she is moved by compassion, and with arms of compassion quickly carries to peace the being sinking in an ocean of misery. To she, gone to the end of compassion, I bow down. Her activities of pacifying increasing, overpowering and destroying, like tides of the ocean, pause not for a moment, but spontaneously roll on in an unbroken flow. To she, gone to the end of action, I bow down. Merely by remembering her feet, one is protected from the 8 terrifying agents and evil ghosts, and from terrors such as obstacles to liberation and omniscience. To she, gone to the end of power, I bow down. Therefore, a worthy refuge, I beseech you. Protect living beings from diseases, ghosts, demons, untimely death, nightmares, evil omens, and every cause of terror. Protect us from the terrifying line pride, who dwells on the mountain of wrong views, and who is an inflated mentality holding itself better than others, and yielding a claw to degrade the world. Protect us from the terrifying elephant ignorance, who is not tamed by the sharp hooks of mindful alertness, and who, from confusion caused by drinking the alcohol of sensual indulgence, leads us down the wrong path through the sharp pangs of pain. Protect us from the terrifying fires of anger, which incite the wind of improper mental activity, and amidst swirling smoke clouds of wrong action, have power to burn down the forest of goodness. Protect us from the terrifying snake jealousy, who, attached to its nest of ignorance, is unable to bear seeing the wealth or prosperity of others, and instantly infects everything with poison. Protect us from the terrifying thief wrong view, who creates the dreadful wilds of inferior discipline and the stark deserts of eternalism and nihilism, and destroys the towns and hermitages of virtue and joy. Protect us from the terrifying shackles of miserliness that hold us in a lock of attachment difficult to spring, and bind living beings helplessly in the unbearable prison of cyclic existence. Protect us from the terrifying waters of desire that carry us in the currents of samsara so hard to ford, and that, conditioned by violent winds of karma, toss in waves of birth, sickness, old age, and death. Protect us from the terrifying ghost doubt, the malignant spirit who moves in the space of ignorance, attacking those with interest in ultimate aims and disturbing the life of freedom. By the power of this praise and supplication to you, may conditions opposing dharmic practice be quelled, and may all conducive circumstances, such as long life, merits, glory, and prosperity be produced. May all beings be cared for by Buddha Amitabha and led to the Pure Land Sukhavati, and without the 100-fold difficulty, may they quickly touch the ground of enlightenment. May I always remember my previous lives. May I never be separated from the enlightened attitude, and firmly as a river flows, may I persevere in seeking the vast ways of the Bodhisattvas. Never hoping to benefit myself alone, solely for others, may I absorb myself in the quest. And may I produce the conditions that actually benefit others, such as mystic vision, clairvoyance, skill in teaching, and patience. May I never be faint in furthering through infinite fields the holy teachings of the victorious ones, and in order constantly to fulfill the needs of living beings, may I quickly and easily gain the stage of a Buddha. So normally we would end our program on Saturday this way, but due to an unusual circumstance, Geshe Doodle Namgyal, Doodle Namgyal, yeah, who was in guest residence at Sravaki Abbey, that wonderful place in Sravaki, went for a walk, must have fallen and slipped into a pond. They found his body submerged. So we're praying for his good rebirth, for the repair to the Sravasti Abbey nuns who are really doing a good job to help us. And we'll make a contact with him in the future that when he carries on his teaching. So this is the 10th chapter, the dedication of chapter of Shantadeva's book. It's just his wishing prayer, may this, may that, etc. happen as a result of my merit. You don't have to pay it too much, just let it flow over you and take the ideas into your mind. That's it. It'll last about 12 minutes. I'll say it fast. Through the virtue of having composed this work, a guide to the Bodhisattva's way of life, may all living beings come to engage in the Bodhisattva's conduct. May all beings everywhere plagued with sufferings of body and mind obtain an ocean of happiness and joy by virtue of my merits. For as long as they remain in cyclic existence, may their mundane happiness never decline, and may all of them uninterruptedly receive waves of joy from Bodhisattvas. May all embodied creatures who throughout the universe experience hellish realms come to enjoy the bliss of Sukhavati. May those feeble with cold find warmth. May those oppressed with heat be cooled by the boundless waters that pour forth from the great clouds of the Bodhisattva's merits. May the forest of razor-sharp leaves become a beautiful pleasure grove, and may the trees of knives and swords grow into wish-fulfilling trees. May the regions of hell become places of joy, with vast and fragrant lotus pools, beautified with the exquisite calls of wild ducks, geese, and swans. May the heaps of burning coals change into heaps of jewels. May the burning ground become a polished crystal floor, and may the mountains of the crushing hells become celestial palaces of worship filled with sugatas. May the rains of lava, blazing stones, and weapons from now on become a rain of flowers, and may all battling with weapons from now on be a playful exchange of flowers. May by the force of my virtue, may those caught in the fiery torrents of acid, their flesh eaten away, revealing their lily-white bones, obtain the bodies of celestials, and dwell with goddesses in gently flowing rivers. Why are the henchmen of Yama, the unbearable buzzards and vultures, afraid, through whose noble strength is brought upon us, and darkness dispelled? Looking up, they behold in the firmament the radiant form of Vajrapani. Through the force of their joy, may they be free from wrongdoing and find his company. When they see the lava fires of hell extinguished by a rain of falling flowers mixed with scented water, immediately satisfied, they wonder whose work this was. In this way, may those in hell behold Padmapani. Friends, don't be afraid, but quickly gather here. What need is there to flee when above us is the youthful Manjughosha to dispel our fears, the tender bodhisattvas who protects living things, through whose might all suffering is removed and the force of joy abounds. Behold him in an enchanting palace resounding with hymns, sung by 1,000 goddesses, with the tiaras of 100 gods being offered to his lotus feet, and the rain of many flowers falling on his head, the eyes of which are moist with kindness. Upon seeing Manjughosha in this way, may those in hell cry out loud with joy. Likewise, having seen, due to the roots of my wholesome deeds, the cool and sweet-smelling rain falling from the joyful clouds created by the Bodhisattvas Samantabhadra and Savanirana Viscambini, may all beings in hell be truly happy. May all animals be free from the fear of being eaten by one another. May the hungry ghosts be as happy as the people of the northern continent. May they be satisfied by a stream of milk pouring from the hand of the noble Lord Avalokiteshvara, and by bathing in it, may they always be cooled. May the blind see forms, may the deaf hear sounds, and just as it was with Maya Devi, may pregnant women give birth without any pain. May the naked find clothing, may the hungry find food, May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth. May those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find new hope, constant happiness, and prosperity. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their illness, and may every disease in the world never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid. May those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting one another. May all travelers find happiness everywhere they go, and without any effort may they accomplish whatever they set out to do. May those who sail in ships and boats obtain whatever they wish for, and having safely returned to the shore, may they joyfully reunite with their relatives. May troubled wanderers who have lost their way meet with fellow travelers, and without any fear of thieves and tigers, may their going be easy and without any fatigue. May those who find themselves in trackless, fearful wildernesses, the children, the aged, the unprotected, those stupefied and the insane, be guarded by beneficent celestials. May beings be free from all states of no leisure and be endowed with faith, wisdom, and kindness, with food obtained in a proper manner and excellent conduct. May they be mindful throughout their lives. May all beings be without want for wealth, just like the treasury of space, and without it being the source of dispute or harm. May they always enjoy it as they wish. May those who have little splendor come to be endowed with majesty. May those whose bodies are worn with toil find magnificent and noble forms. May all lower life forms in the universe take rebirth in higher form. May the lowly obtain grandeur, and may the proud be humbled. By the merits I have accumulated, may every single being abandon all forms of wrongdoing and perpetually engage in virtue. May they never be parted from the awakening mind, and may they always engage in the Bodhisattva's conduct, and may they be cared for by the Buddhas and relinquish the actions of devils. May sentient beings have lives inconceivably long. When in fortunate realms, may they always live in contentment, unfamiliar with even the word death. May there abound in all directions gardens of wish-fulfilling trees, filled with the sweet sound of Dharma proclaimed by the Buddhas and their children. And may the land everywhere be pure, smooth and devoid of any rocks, level like the palm of the hand, and of the nature of lapis lazuli. For all the circles of disciples, may many bodhisattvas dwell in every land, adorning them with their excellent manifestations. May all embodied creatures uninterruptedly hear the sound of Dharma issuing from birds and trees, beams of light, and even space itself. May they always meet with Buddhas and their children, the bodhisattvas, and may those spiritual masters of the world be worshipped with endless clouds of offerings. May celestials bring timely rains so that harvest may be bountiful. May kings act in accordance with the Dharma, and the people of the world always prosper. May all medicines be effective and the repeating of mantras successful. May dakinis, cannibals, and the like be endowed with compassionate minds. May no living creature ever suffer, commit wrong, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled, or their minds ever be depressed. In all temples and monasteries, may reading and recitation flourish and remain. May the Sangha always be in harmony, and may their purposes be accomplished. May monks desiring to practice find quiet and solitary places, and through having abandoned all wandering thoughts, may they meditate with flexible minds. May nuns be materially sufficient, abandon quarreling with each other, and be unharmed. Similarly, may all ordained ones never let their morality weaken. Having repented any moral faults, may transgression always be eradicated, and thereby, obtaining a happy state of birth, may spiritual conduct not decline even there. May the wise be honored, and may they receive alms. May their minds be completely pure, and may they be renowned in all directions. May beings not experience the misery of the lower realms, and may never know any hardships. With a physical form superior to the gods, may they swiftly attain Buddhahood. May sentient beings again and again make offerings to all the Buddhas, and may they constantly be joyful with the inconceivable bliss of the Buddhas. Just as they intended, may the Bodhisattvas fulfill the welfare of the world. May all sentient beings receive whatever the Buddhas have intended for them. Similarly, may the Pratyeka Buddhas and the Shravakas find happiness. And until I reach the level of the Joyous One through the kindness of Manjughosha, may I be mindful throughout my lives and always obtain ordination. May I live and be sustained by simple common foods, and in all my lives may I find the ideal solitude for practicing the Dharma. Whenever I wish to see something or even wish to ask the slightest question, may I behold without any hindrance the Lord Manjughosha himself. In order to fill the needs of beings who reach unto the ends of space, may my way of life be just like Manjagosha. For as long as space endures, and for as long as living beings remain, until then may I too abide to dispel the miseries of the world. May the pains of living creatures ripen solely upon myself, and through the might of the Bodhisattva Sangha, may all beings experience happiness. May the teachings which are the sole medicine for suffering and the origin of every joy be materially supported and honored and abide for a very long time. I prostrate to Manjagosha, through whose kindness wholesome minds ensue, and I prostrate to my spiritual masters, through whose kindness I develop. May he come back real quick. And thank you very much, Sebastiabi, for hosting all the teachers that you do. So maybe we can repay you a little with this prayer. Anyway, this concludes today's presentation. The next class will be Tuesday night, Venerable Karuna, not Corona. I have Queens on my mind. Venerable Tenzin Karuna, also known as Jackie, will continue her talk from last Wednesday night. And the following Wednesday, there'll be a talk here at the parsonage. All are welcome. There'll be no white Tara next week. Thank you so much for your patience with the audio and everything else. Big love to all of you.